Let's take a look at what Meshach has to say. Very warm welcome.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Now, I want to begin, of course, by you just giving us a brief overview of what exactly Sendi is.
So Sendi is a logistics online platform. So what we do is we help small businesses deliver to their customers. And we believe that the economy is much better and will grow if logistics is efficient and affordable.
Okay, so I see that, of course, you were born in 2014. You aim to answer the question, how do you move products from A to B using technology? And, of course, we have apps like Uber, Taxify, and many more for personal transport. But what made you see the need to go into something for goods?
So what we see, what we saw earlier on, I mean, having consulted for logistics companies before Sendi, we actually realized that logistics is the backbone of an economy. So an economy can actually not grow if logistics is not efficient and affordable. You look at the amount of money we spend on logistics a year, it's about 900 billion Kenya shillings or so, which is about 10% of our GDP. So it's actually a huge cost that we spend compared to other countries where the logistics cost is about maybe 6% of GDP. 10%, above 10% is abnormal. So we have to actually bring efficiencies there. So we basically saw it as a big problem, but a problem that can also help us grow the economy. So in a way that we can also have these small businesses actually transact and trade, not just within their cities, but also we aspire that they can also trade across Africa.
Okay, and as I've seen, you connect over 5,000 businesses and 50,000 individuals using different vehicles. You have motorcycles, pickups, vans, and the whole deal there. Now, according to a report released this year by the Transport Asset Protection Association, an international organization that deals with cargo crime within the transport supply chain, cargo losses in January of this year were up 18.5% year on year within the continent. So how do you ensure safety in this entire process and the efficiency as well? And of course, is there a limit on the types of products, the volumes that you agree to carry forward?
So actually, that's the unique thing that Sendi provides. Because then what we do is, before we bring the drivers on our platform and the trucks and the motorcycles on our platform, we actually vet them. So they basically go through an extensive vetting process before they come onto our platform. We connect them to customers. Once we do that, they're able to track their packages all through. The other thing we've been able to do is actually bring insurance on board. So then what that means is if there are any issues that actually happen there, then customers are actually instantly compensated on any loss or damages that actually go through. As opposed to what happened before Sendi, where you'd basically just contract someone on the roadside, ask them to deliver something for you. Often or not, things got lost or damaged, and you had no recourse on how to actually grow a business off that inefficiency.
So when you say that there's insurance in order to ensure safety and for you to be able to cushion your customers, then is that a requirement? Do they, when they come in, is it necessary? Do they pay extra for that particular coverage?
So what we do is we've been able to negotiate a good premium with insurance companies such that it's basically treated per transaction. So every transaction you actually transact on Sendi, it's insured. So that automatically is insured. So we have an umbrella insurance for all our drivers on our platform.
Okay, so when we talk about SMEs, when we talk about large corporates using your service, what are the kinds of volumes that you would expect to move for, let's say, a massive corporation compared to an SME?
So surprisingly, SMEs actually move more. So we segment our customers into two. So we have the merchants. So these are people who sell on Facebook and Instagram. They basically move quite a lot because they sell on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and we basically help them deliver to their customers. We have some businesses that have actually set up their business wholly on Sendi because then they trust and believe that we'll deliver to them. So this actually moves a lot of volumes. But then on the other side, also another segment we have is enterprises. So they basically do mostly distribution. So basically, if you look at the largest FMCG companies in Kenya and East Africa actually use Sendi to deliver products to supermarkets, to their retailers, and to their distributors.
Okay, great. And as we keep on going into it, how far do you think you've managed to tap into this market? Because, of course, there are a lot of e-commerce players, and like you say, they move massive volumes, not just SMEs, but also these kinds of corporations when it comes to Black Friday sales and more. So how far do you think that you've already penetrated into the market then?
I think Sendi today is the market leader. So basically, we are fast to market with a market leader there. But in terms of what we can actually achieve with technology, I think we're not yet even scratching the surface. I think we still need to do more as a team and basically as a company, such that Sendi can actually help these businesses efficiently and also grow their volumes. We see some businesses not being able to grow because they can actually deliver efficiently and faster. And I think for us, the burden is on us to actually help them do that. So I think in terms of, if you look at the market that Sendi has in terms of the delivery side, the market leader there. You look at the largest baby logistics company has maybe 800 vehicles on the platform. Compared to Sandy, just in under 3 years, we basically have over 3,500. So that actually tells you the scale at which technology can actually transform a specific industry in just a span of a short time.
Okay, so then what are the greatest challenges that you need to overcome in order to reach this particular target?
So the challenges we need to overcome is, first of all, one of the things that basically takes as long is vetting. So basically it means you have to go to different government agencies to actually vet a particular driver or vet a particular vehicle. So it means you actually spend a lot of days just trying to do background checks on a single truck or a single motorcycle or a single van. So that takes us a lot of time. So in some cases it takes us up to 2 weeks. That's not efficient, which is something we should be able to actually turn around in a matter of hours. So if we're able to do that, then I think we can quickly accelerate that.
Okay, all right. And of course, you know, with the number of road accidents in the country, already over 2,300 people have died due to road accidents this year so far. So as someone in the business of transport and providing that particular service, what do you think is paramount then for us to do as a country in order to curb the likelihood of such fatalities?
I think it's efficiency, because most of the accidents you see going on are basically when people are overspeeding, or basically drivers working basically overtime or longer hours, and this is because they want to optimize on their revenues. So I think if we look at efficiency, for example, at Sandy, let's say a truck leaves Nairobi with goods from a particular FMCG, it goes to Nyeri, they should be able to come back with vegetable back, and that basically optimizes their revenue. That means basically the driver has time to rest because they know they're actually going to make revenue, instead of doing multiple trips, basically doing long hours, doing multiple trips to actually meet a certain revenue level for them to be sustainable.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us, Meshak, today on the show.
Thank you.